surprising and hard to understand. That's how attorneys for Epstein's victims describe hearing the news of his apparent suicide this morning. As Contact 5 investigator Sam Smink tells us, they say the victims still deserve justice.
The victims and their attorneys have a message for authorities: keep investigating.
It seems that every new development in this case, rather than producing answers, produces new unanswered questions.
Attorneys Jack Scarola and Spencer Cooven have known and represented some of Jeffrey Epstein's victims for more than 12 years now. One of Spencer's clients, the first young lady to come forward to police. She was 14 at the time.
She was brought there along with the other girls and other victims of Mr. Epstein to perform nude massages, sexual type acts with Mr. Epstein.
Both lawyers were shocked to hear of Epstein's death, and frankly, they were angry.
Yes, it does. It does bother me that he does not get to answer their accusations. It bothers me that he's not being held publicly accountable in an appropriate way for what he's done.
Epstein's death comes a day after hundreds of pages of court documents were unsealed, revealing new allegations of sexual abuse at the hands of Epstein and other alleged accomplices like British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell.
We know that in the cases brought here in Palm Beach that there were young ladies that were actually employed by Mr. Epstein at the time that were recruiting some of these young underage girls. Those women have still never been held accountable for their actions.
Brad Edwards, who also represents Epstein victims, said in a statement it is never too late to come forward with information. In fact, his many co-conspirators who may have been fearful to speak out against him have been relieved of that excuse. This is their chance to speak up.
There are still substantial sources of information that could lead to evidence adequate to hold those people criminally responsible. And Jeffrey Epstein's death ended his life, but it doesn't end the investigations into what he did.
We're still waiting to hear whether a federal judge in West Palm Beach will throw out the non-prosecution agreement Jeffrey Epstein signed that kept him from being federally prosecuted in South Florida. If that happens, the cases against his alleged accomplices can be reopened. Sam Smink, WPTV News Channel 5.